I seem to have misplaced my water. Oh, it's over there. I'm stuck back here. I can't get up and move. Guess I'm not drinking until I'm done here. Hello again, Internet. This is Olin from What I'm Listening To, once again tucked in my little CD corner here. Welcome back to the second part of my unboxing three-parter extravaganza. Today we will be tackling this box full of packages. This is the part 2 box. If you haven't done so already, I encourage you to watch the first part of the unboxing videos, or don't. I don't really care if you want to start on part 2. For no apparent reason, then don't let me stop you. You do you. There's no need for introductions here. Let's just jump right into the unboxing. And we'll start things off with this box here, this package. There it is. No bullshit. So the first CD we're going to be talking about today, this is Steve Hiett's album, Girls in the Grass. Steve Hiett is this interesting guitarist that put out one fantastic album, I believe sometime in the 80s, and was released through a Japanese label. He himself is not Japanese, and it didn't get any attention at the time as far as I know, but much later it got rediscovered by a different generation and people loved it, myself included. I guess the best way to describe it is just adult-oriented rock. It's just very mellow, kind of surfy sounding rock music. But this album is his second release. I want to say it came out in like 2016, much later than the first album. I have that infamous first album and I didn't own this one, so I thought I might as well get it. Ooh, and this version has 2 bonus tracks, which I always like to see. There's not much more I can say about this. I am very excited to own this album and see the photography that's inside this booklet, and of course hear this album many times, because you know I will. Okay, next up we're gonna do this package with the big old fragile stamp on it. Oh, let's make sure there's no address on there. There's the CD itself. I am actually curious because there looks like there's something hidden. Oh, it's a little card. It's a card for the business I bought it for. I'm gonna set that aside and keep that as a relic. And that's a receipt, don't need that. Okay, this next CD I have for you today, this is a collaboration between pianist Harold Budd and the Cocteau twins. This is their album, The Moon and the Melodies. Now, I love the Cocteau twins, and I also love Harold Budd, so this album is a total no-brainer for me to get. If you've listened to anything by either of these artists, you kinda will know what to expect when you hear this. Very mellow, layered guitars with lovely, lush piano work. It's a nice combination of dream pop, new age, shoegaze. It's just so good. I did actually want to buy this too because Harold Budd just recently passed away, which is very sad. So rest in peace, Harold Budd. You will definitely be missed. I will be thinking of you when I listen to this one. Very excited to pop this into my CD player. Okay, next up we have this guy. This one's kind of flimsy, so I'm hoping that the CD inside didn't get damaged at all. If I remember correctly, this came from Belgium, I think, and it took a while for it to arrive in the mail. Okay. Oh, oh, hey, look, a little handwritten note for me. Thank you. Oh, ooh, there's something else in here. What is that? It is... Oh, look, a coupon for a free download. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, I wonder what that could be. I'm gonna put that off to the side. Okay, staying on target. Next up, I have an album by Jessica Bailiff. This is her album, or rather compilation, called Old Things. Jessica Bailiff is this incredible experimental folk artist, I guess you could call her. I first discovered her through her collaboration with Flying Saucer Attack's Dave Pierce under the name Clear Horizon, which is an excellent album. If you haven't listened to it already, you should definitely check that out. And over time, I've collected all her other solo albums. I think there's about 5 or 6 that she has, and they're all also very, very good. But this was the only thing of hers I didn't own. It is just a compilation of, well, old things. To me, it's just more stuff by her, which I am very, very excited to now own. At this point, I think I do have all of Jessica Bailiff's solo efforts on CD. I don't know if she's still an active musician. I kind of hope she is, because I'd love to hear more stuff by her. Either way, I am very excited to listen to this one. Okay, speaking of Flying Saucer Attack, I have this package here that I feel like is appropriate to open up next. This is one I'm actually very, very excited about. There we go. We've made contact. Come on now. She doesn't want to come out. There we go. This jewel case has seen better days. Holy cow. I am definitely going to need to replace that. Here, let's do this. It's, that's the CD disc teeth there that have all fallen out. Oh my god, this thing is just falling apart right in front of my eyes. Hopefully okay, the disc looks good. Okay, where was I? This CD is by a one-off group called Providence. This is their album 27/4/97. Providence is this incredible act that consists of all these incredibly cool experimental guitarists. So the guitarists that we have on here include Carl Holtgren, who is best known for being in Windy and Carl, John Gibbons and Michael Gibbons, who is best known for being in Bardo Pond, and Dave Pierce, who is best known for being in Flying Saucer Attack. If you know me, you know that Flying Saucer Attack is one of my all-time favorite bands, and anything I can get by them, if it's a Flying Saucer Attack thing, if it's a Dave Pierce thing, I typically seek out immediately. This is a CD that has 2 live recordings of just improvised guitar music done by all these guys. It's as noisy and drony, as psychedelic as you could possibly imagine it to be, and it's amazing. It took up until now to finally own a CD copy of it. It's also dirt cheap. Seriously, if you decide you want to buy a copy of this, it's going for like $1, maybe $2. I kind of understand, because I mean, not a lot of people are actively listening to this kind of music because it is very, very, very experimental. But as a super fan of Flying Saucer Attack and all those other aforementioned bands, this to me is a come up, and I am so stoked to add this to my collection. Okay, next up, we're gonna go with this package here. This looks like it was another import. Yes, this one came from England, so it also took a while to get here. If I remember correctly, if this is the CD I'm thinking of, didn't even know if he shipped it. He just didn't say anything after I won the eBay auction, and then it just showed up. But it won't come out of the packaging for some reason. What is happening? What is going on? Okay, this is wild. There we go. Finally, we did it. Okay, cool. So next up, this is a band called Lift to Experience, and this is their album, The Texas Jerusalem Crossroads. Now, this album is so fascinating to me. When you look at this cover, it is seriously the weirdest thing. If you didn't know any better, you would think that this is like some kind of crazy, odd country album. And I mean, it's just so corny. It's wild. It's got like shiny bling. It's got the star. It's got these guys in cowboy hats. It's just fucking crazy. Believe it or not, this is actually a shoegaze post-rock album. How I discovered it was through the good people on Rate Your Music. I am not a very active member on there, but one day I just decided to explore it and see what kind of albums people were rating highly, and this was one of them. Again, when I saw the cover, I thought, really? This is so good that it's rated highly on RIM? I guess I should check this out. Well, it is actually that good. The guitar tones on here are spacey, are far out, very, very noisy, and most importantly, melodic, which I really like. This particular version is a remaster that looks like it came out in 2017, which was kind of a bitch to get a copy because for some reason the reissue was more expensive than the original version. Typically it's the other way around, but I wanted this version because I thought the remaster sounded a lot better than what was originally released. So this is a fun and an exciting album for me to own. I'm looking forward to giving it a listen and showing it to people who may not know anything about it because, again, it's just so wild and just staring at it makes me laugh.
Sometime, somewhere, just when you think it couldn't get any worse.
Okay, next up we're gonna do this one. None of these packages seem to have been too difficult to open, apart from that last one, but that one was just like a weird fluke. Ooh, there it is! Oh, okay, making sure it's all there. Next up, we have the Drop 19's famous album, Delaware. The Drop 19's are a shoegaze band from the 90s that I don't think got nearly as much attention as did My Bloody Valentine or Ride or any of those other acts. But now that shoegaze is what it is, I think this album has been finally recognized as being one of the best. This is one of those CDs that for some reason is costing a lot of money now, and it's most likely because it's out of print. As far as I remember, this is the band's first album, and then they put out another album, and then I think after that they broke up, which probably explains why this one is now as expensive as it is. But this is a solid release. Very, very, very melodic, very lush, full of layered guitars. It's what you'd expect a 90s shoegaze album to sound like. I wanted to own something by this band, and it seems like everybody was pointing to this album, so I was able to snag a copy for a pretty inexpensive amount, so I'm excited about that too. What's even cooler is the band has actually gotten back together and is in the process of putting out new music and is going on tour. Maybe if they come to San Francisco, I will try to catch them live, unless tickets are going for a lot of money. We'll see if that happens.
There's a gap in the 20th century, and it fills the world with dreams. When you've got the looks, then the rest just works.
Next up here, we're gonna go with this package, this big old boy here that I'm gonna need my knife for. I know what this one is. This one is something that I've been wanting on CD forever, and I'm excited about that. There it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, wow. Seeing it in the flesh is awesome. So this is a Kaki King album. This is her album, The Neck is a Bridge to the Body. Kaki King is this incredible guitarist who was best known for doing this sort of unique approach to playing where she would like slap the neck and kind of be percussive on her guitar while also playing. I caught her live in my hometown to an audience of like maybe 20 people, and I just thought it was the most incredible thing. Not only was the music phenomenal, but she had all these lights and effects. She did this really cool thing where she projected light onto her guitar, which was a plastic bodied white guitar, and she did all these crazy tricks where it looked like she was creating the lights on there. There was movement on it. It was just a very psychedelic experience. And after that show, I instantly sought out the music that she played, which happened to be for this very album. But for the longest time, the only way for me to listen to this album was through digital channels. And according to Discogs, a CD copy existed, but nobody had listed a copy. So I kept it on my want list for, I'm not kidding, maybe 7 or 8 years. It's been on my want list since I've moved to San Francisco. And it took all the way up until recently that there have been listings. There was one person on there who I think is a record store in New York who listed a bunch of copies. I have no idea how they got the amount of copies that they did, but the moment I saw a listing, I bought one on the spot. So this one has been a long time coming, and I am so thrilled to finally own this. If you were to check out any Kaki King album, to me, this is the one to listen to. And honestly, if she happens to be performing in a venue near you, then you should definitely check it out. It is an amazing experience. Her music is beautiful and also very entertaining. I'm thrilled to own this. This one's fantastic. All right, internet, we're gonna wrap up this part with 3 packages here that we're gonna do all at the same time. I'm gonna get this out of the way somewhere. Where am I gonna put this? I'll put it right there. Sorry, neighbors. Okay, so 3 packages. Let's start with this one here. I wanna do this one carefully because these ones are rarities. Oh, there it is. Whew, okay. Let's wait until we finish opening all the packages. So now let's open this one. Please, can we open this one? There we go. Oh, snap. And finally, this one, which should be very easy. Excellent. Okay, internet, so we are wrapping part 2 up with 3 CDs by the band Parannoul. I don't even think I can try using that. I'm just gonna hold them. Parannoul is this incredible South Korean shoegaze emo band. All 3 of these albums are insanely good. This one especially, I think, has gone down to being considered his best album. And then there's this one, which I guess technically is an EP or a compilation, whatever you want to call it, but this is stuff that didn't make this album, so to me, it's just more of the same. And then this one is the, oh, I'm holding it backwards. This one is the newest release that came out, I think sometime last year. These are iconic internet albums. I am so very thrilled to own copies of them on CD. So to any of you who are fans of somber shoegaze, should definitely look into this guy. All of his albums are wonderful, and these are excellent additions to my collection. Okay, internet, that concludes part 2 of the unboxing trio, trifecta, whatever you want to call it. Thank you again so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really show me the support. I'll love your face for it. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Wilt Music for more CDs that I post about and talk about, and it shows what's in my collection. Tune in next time. I'll be back with the 3rd and final part. We'll be unboxing more CDs and talking about them. Very excited to do that. So until then, goodbye.